Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or anything. So I'm Elisha Sly, and I'm gonna go live today talking about all longitudes and latitudes, all for grade six. I am from Science International School, the number one school in India, and I'm in sixth grade. Also, I'm in 6D, and my admission number is 3693. And if you know me, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like my topic and content, please do like it. I would appreciate it. So, all about longitudes and latitudes. So, you know that there are many kinds of resources which we can find all about space, Earth, by books, or by either some other resources. But here, I'm not going to talk about the resources, I'm going to talk about the longitudes and latitudes. So, globes are a little help if you want to find out about continents or countries. If you want to find about them, then it's really helpful. But if you want to find out about a particular place, it will be the map will be really helpful. I'm gonna go back to the map topic in the next video. So I have a globe right over here. So this globe has an equator running through its center. And of course, the center means 0 degree because it has no degrees and it's kind of like, yeah, it separates two hemispheres, as you might know, northern and southern hemisphere. And from the middle goes the prime meridian. It's also of 0 degrees, and it separates the eastern and the western hemispheres. And of course, the except from equators and tropical and all prime meridian, there's also many kinds of longitudes and latitudes. But okay, so I'm also gonna tell it. So the Arctic Circle is 66 half degree north, and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere is 66 half degree south. The easiest way to remember this is that the northern and the southern hemisphere and the longitude are of the same degrees except you add a north and south. Then we have Tropic of Cancer, which is 23 half degree north. And we have the equator, which is of 0 degree, as I said to you before. And again, the Tropic of Cancer is 23 half degree south. So there's not much we can find about in the globes because I don't have a map, so I can't show you. I'm so sorry. Well, I'll go into another topic later on. For now, let's find out about longitudes and latitudes. So, the heat zones of the Earth are basically the torrid and the temperate zones, which are okay. So let me tell you about torrid zone. The midday sun is exactly overhead, least once a year on all latitudes in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This area therefore receives the maximum heat and is called the torrid zone. The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the overhead of uh, on any beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of the sun's rays goes decreasing towards the poles, and as such, the area is bounded by the Tropic of Cancer, the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have moderate temperatures. These are therefore called the temperate zones. Areas lie between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle at the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. It is because here the sun's rays does not go above the horizon. Therefore, its rays are always slanting and provide less heat. These are therefore called the frigid zones, very cold. So, in the middle, almost in the middle of India, there is a line. There is the Tropic of Cancer, which passes through, but I can't say that it's exactly in the middle. It's running through it. So it runs through Gujarat and the rest of them. So now we'll find out how to find out time by longitudes. So before I do start that, I'm just going to say you one last thing. Yes, if you get confused what is longitude and latitudes, it's a it's not at all difficult. You just have to think all about globes. If you have a globe at your home, it will be helpful because globes have lines on it which are called longitudes, and to find out time you can find out the degrees of the longitude and find out the time basically. So yes. Now, the best means of measuring time by the movement of the Earth, the Moon, and the planet. The sun regularly shines and rises and sets every day, and naturally, it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. So, to find out about the Earth and the sun and whatever, I'm gonna make another video. So, basically, the the sun is the best timekeeper. It stays in when your shadow. It depends on the shadow of the sun. I mean, the sun receives the sun gives the heat, and the heat soon makes the shadow. And when the shadow is occurred, you find out the time. So I'm gonna go about to another video. So for now, we're gonna concentrate on longitudes and latitudes. So yes, as the Earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those of the west will be behind it. The rate of the difference can be calculated as follows. The Earth rotates 360 degrees in about 24 hours. There are 24 hours in one day, so you can basically tell 24 hours as one day. And then is the Earth rotates to west and east of the Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those of the west will be behind it. The rate of the difference can be calculated as follows. The Earth rotates 360 degrees in about 24 hours, which is also one day, which it is 12 noon um, hour on 1 degree in the 4 minutes. Thus, when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15 degree east of the Greenwich will be 15 multiplied by 4 is equals to 60 minutes. 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 p.m. So don't need to be so much of disturbed or distracted among it. It's a really, really, really easy chapter. You can get it when you read a book. I'm gonna suggest you a book called The Earth and The Earth, Our Habitat. So um, it is National Council of Education Research and Training, which is also called NCERT. NCERT. So I prefer the NCERT book, and if you are from CBSE, so I won't recommend you this book, but still. So let me give you one short example to find out how to distinguish between the time. So Kabir is one person who lives in a small town near Bhopal. He tells his friend Alok, that they will not be able to sleep tonight. A day and a night cricket match between India and England had started at 2 p.m. in London. This means the match would begin at 7:30 p.m. in India and finish well into night. Do you know what the time difference between India and England? Please do tell me in the comments below if you know. India is located east of Greenwich at 32 degree east. It's 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of GMT. GMT, the full form is Greenwich Mean Time, and of India it is IST, Indian Standard Time, or else you can also say Standard Time of India. So it will be 7:30 p.m. in India when it is 2 p.m. noon in London. Some countries have great longitudinal extent, and so they have adopted more than one standard time. So, for example, in Russia, there are many as 11 standard times. The Earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. Each zone thus covers 15 degrees of longitude. So I will give you some questions which you have to fulfill in the comments. Okay. So the first question I'm gonna give you is, what is a globe? So you can easily answer these. And what is the true shape of the earth? Let me tell you the answer to this because I had not said you the true shape of the earth. The true shape of the earth is spear. It's actually not circle, not an oval, it's a spear. It's a, it's it's really pretty object. So the sun, so sometimes what happens is that uh yeah, on 21st June and 23rd September, the time changes sometimes. And so in 21st June, it's the longest day and the shortest night, I guess, or it must be shortest day, the longest night. I'm going to concentrate on the longitudes and latitudes for now. But I'm going to tell you that the Earth's rays fall onto one hemisphere because if you let me give you one example that will be very easy, and of course everybody knows that this example is the easiest. So the example is, you will have to hold the torch in your hand. Then you have to take a ball. You might have ball, cricket ball, any kind of a ball, and then you have to reflect the torch's light. As you reflect the torch's light, the light will fall only in one direction, which will be in one hemisphere. I'm so sorry. The hemisphere would be the northern, either the southern hemisphere. So it's divided. So don't get confused in northern and southern because it's really easy. On northern, southern, eastern, and western. You can also try northern and southern by giving a cross line in the between of the ball. So that's it for today, and it's me signing off. Thank you, and please give as much as like as you can, please. Thank you.